And then I saw myself floating to what was, I now realise, was a waiting room for people to go to heaven or stay. So I sat there. It was so peaceful. I sat there and I thought, oh, this is the waiting room for heaven. And there were people up the front who had clipboards, and it was like they were admitting people, like, yes, you're ready to come, or no, you're not ready. And I thought, oh, this is where I get to have a choice. Do I want to stay, or is it my time to go?
This is Inspired Founders, a podcast that helps you find your true north in business and beyond. I'm Priscilla Skippington, a soul-led entrepreneur passionate about sharing the wisdom of world-leading business minds who have walked the path before us. From their toughest challenges to their greatest triumphs, we explore the stories that have shaped their journey and defined their future. Together, we discover the resilience and redemption it truly takes to achieve success, make a lasting impact on the world, and live a life that is truly fulfilling.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Inspired Founders with me, Priscilla Skippington, and our beautiful guest, Kelly Reeves today, the essential cleaner.
Thank you, Priscilla. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. I'm so excited to have you. I have known Kelly for a number of years. We've done quite a bit of work together over the years, and you have just such an incredible story and an incredible brand, and you're changing so many people's lives and through that brand. And I just felt so compelled to have you on to share your story because I truly believe you are an inspired founder. And so if you're open to it, I'd love you to share a little bit about Kelly and who you were before the Essential Cleaner and how that all came about.
Sure. Thank you, Priscilla. Thanks for having me. Who I was before the Essential Cleaner, oh my gosh, that feels like a lifetime ago. Before the Essential Cleaner, I was a social worker. I was working in a really crazy job, living a very unconscious life, lots of cortisol, lots of stress, bad sleep, not eating well, not looking after myself. And I had almost 18 years ago, I had a brain tumour. I was a fairly new social worker, very stressed, loving my job, loving what I did, very privileged job I was doing, helping young women and women and young people. And I just loved it. And I was having, I had these headaches and I thought, oh gosh, I'm having headaches. Felt really tired, like falling asleep in meetings tired. Yeah. And I thought, gosh, something's not right here. So I'm a very spiritual person, very much so these days, not so much back then. And I had an awakening where my grandmother, who has passed away, came to me and said, Kelly, you need to get this checked out.
So was that in like a dream or in the day? Like how did that happen?
I started seeing her. I was getting some blurred vision as well. And so I was starting to see her in my vision, in my sort of external vision. And I thought, oh gosh, that's unusual. I don't normally see her like that.
Yeah.
And so I booked an appointment with my GP and I said, I've been having headaches for 15 years and I think something's quite wrong, but I don't really know why I'm here. Totally minimised it. And he said, Kelly, I think we'll get you an MRI. And I said, oh gosh, that's a bit of overkill, isn't it?
Can't you just give me a pill or something? It'll be good.
And I had a brain tumour. Yeah.
Do you know, or you would have known, whereabouts was your tumour?
Yeah, it's called a fourth ventricle ependymoma, and it's in the fourth ventricle, which is a part of your brain that regulates the flow of your cerebrospinal fluid.
Right.
That was what was causing the headaches.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and a fairly severe one, or was it?
It was a very small one.
Okay.
So I'm so blessed, so much gratitude. It was small, it was benign, and they removed it all.
Great.
Yeah. So that was my wake up call. That was my time to go, right, Kelly, this is your new life. You get to make a choice now about how you want to live your life. Do you want to go back to how you were living it, or do you want to make some big changes? So I was just about to get married when I had my diagnosis, 5 weeks away from getting married.
Oh my gosh.
Got married.
Not what any bride wants.
No. Got married. 5 weeks later, had a whole day of brain surgery, and a week later, went home. I thought, oh, that's it, great. Get back onto living, not even how I was before, living my best life. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. I had a lot of complications, and a week later, I was rushed back to hospital and diagnosed with bacterial meningitis,
Oh my gosh.
which is really serious. At the time, I didn't know, but in 50% of cases, you die when you have bacterial meningitis.
Is that from the surgery? Yeah.
So I have a wound all the way down the back of my head that is luckily covered by my hair, and I had staples in my head, and my body just didn't like them. I'm really super sensitive to lots of things. My body just went, no, we don't like these. Let's open this wound.
Oh my gosh.
And it got infected. So rushed back to hospital, and I got really sick really fast, very scarily fast. And that's when I had my first moment where I saw heaven.
Yeah, a godly divine moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was lying in a hospital bed, and I had an out-of-body experience
Wow.
where I was very, very unwell. And I thought, this is how I'm going to die.
Right.
But it was the most peaceful, serene, lovely feeling I've ever felt. So I watched myself rise out of my body. I could see myself. I could see my husband sitting next to me. And then my body just floated down the hospital ward. And I could see the nurses, and I could see all the people. And then I saw myself floating to what I now realise was a waiting room for people to go to heaven or stay.
Wow.
So I sat there. It was so peaceful. I sat there, and I could see children across from me. Everyone was dressed in white. Everyone, including me.
Okay.
Even though in life I wasn't dressed in white. So there were children across from me. There was an old lady. There was a man. I still remember what man was wearing a hat. And I thought, this is the waiting room for heaven. And there were people up the front who had clipboards, and it was like they were admitting people, like, yes, you're ready to come, or no, you're not ready. And I thought, this is where I get to have a choice. Do I want to stay, or is it my time to go? And I went, no, I just got married, loved my job, loved my husband, loved my family, loved my friends. And I thought, no, I'm not ready to go. It's not my time. So I made the decision to go back to my body, and I could feel myself wafting back down the corridor, back to my room, back to seeing me in the bed, back to seeing my husband. I went back into my body, and I was in so much pain. Because what happens with bacterial meningitis is your brain swells, but your skull doesn't expand. So it was just the most intense pain I've ever felt. And I thought, okay, I need to fight this. I'm a fighter. I'm determined. And I went back and fought it.
It shivers all through my body right now. What an experience to have 5 weeks after you've just been married as a young person. And from that moment, obviously you did fight because you're here today to share the story. But what really changed, once you did fight that, you got out of hospital, what was the priority list like for you? What was the first thing that you really went and did and changed?
Recovery was really long. Really, I had to learn to swallow again. I had to go to rehab. I was lucky I didn't have to learn to walk and talk, but I couldn't. I remember coming home from hospital, and my mum was looking after me. I couldn't even cut cheese, to make lunch. Like I had no strength, no energy. It was really rebuilding myself again. And something as simple as exercise, which is a massive part of my life now. Back then it started with, the physio came to visit me in hospital and said, you need to walk. It's really important you walk. So walk to the end of your bed, then walk to the end of the room, then the end of the hallway. And then when I went home, it was the same. It was literally that low level of walking to the end of my hallway, then walking to the end of my street. And then that started a pattern for me of like, oh, I really like this.
Yeah.
This is a big part of my life. And then I got to walking 2Ks a day and then 5Ks and then 10Ks. And I'm like, oh, I really love this. And then other things started to build. So things like gratitude entered my life. It had never entered my life before. Gratitude, living a mindful, conscious life, eating well. I'd never eaten well before. Eating a really, really good diet, looking after myself. Self-care became really important.
Yeah.
And then it just got bigger and bigger. And then I had an experience where my mum, who was very vibrant, very healthy, very well, was diagnosed with terminal cancer completely out of the blue. This is years after I had brain surgery. And she was, my mentor. We were best friends. And to watch your parent die in a really cruel, awful way is the most harrowing journey that you'll ever experience. And she was a cleaner in a hospital. She was exposed to asbestos, and she went from this really healthy, fit, playing tennis 3 times a week to really incapacitated and died within 9 months.
Oh, gosh.
It was really harrowing. And she lived in Melbourne. I went and cared for her and came home back to Brisbane and went, I don't know what to do with myself now. And I went, right. I'd left my job as a social worker to care for Mum. And I went, I need to now be the healthiest, best person I can be. So after my experience with having a brain tumour, watching my mum die from a cancer that was caused by chemicals, I went, right, I need to remove chemicals from my life. And it wasn't a really clear, distinct point in my time, but it all kind of happened incrementally. And I went, right, I need to start with my cleaning products. This was 10 years ago, and I went to the supermarket to find natural cleaning products. They just don't exist at the supermarket. And I went, oh. So I went to my organic store. Back then, there was still nothing. I went, right, I'm going to make them. So I literally went from the organic store, the supermarket, to my computer and Googled how to make natural cleaning products. And went, right, I need this, I need that, I need essential oils, I need really good essential oils. Put it all together. And I made these products, and they were incredible.
Yeah.
And then my family bought them and my friends. And then I thought, okay, these are really good. We need to take them to market.
Yeah. How we met.
Yeah, that's how we met. Literally, yes, on a very hot
day, wasn't
very
it?
hot 40-degree day. And then it just all morphed from there. And then I started a business out of my story of overcoming brain tumour that left me completely. I felt like I was completely stripped. And it was now my chance to rebuild myself.
Yeah.
And I rebuilt myself in the best possible, healthiest way I could.
Such a touching, moving story. And I know anyone and everyone listening will be moved by that. And not just for yourself, but then your mum and the whole evolution of that and where it got you to. Talk to me about the making of the products turning into the business, because I know for a lot of people, especially people who start with market businesses, it's kind of like a hobby, right? And it's like, let's just see how this goes. When was the point where you went, actually, I think I've got a business here?
I think that the business has been through lots of different morphs. There's probably a few times. I think the time when my husband and I separated, God love him, he's a really great guy. We're still really good friends. He always wanted to look after me and care for me and make sure that I didn't overdo things and get sick again. So he always wanted me to keep my business as a hobby, but I could always see a vision of it being in homes all across Australia, in shops all across Australia. And it was when we separated 6.5 years ago that I went, okay, I've now got free reign to be who I need to be to make this business incredible. So I think that was a really pivotal time. I think there's been other pivotal times too. I think probably 3 years ago when we did a rebrand, Priscilla, you and I, well, you did a lot of the work. I just did a lot of the, hey, I want it like this.
It's an important part.
Yeah, because you have this vision, and I don't have the skills or the know-how to make that vision happen, but you need people in your team that can do that, and that was you.
Thank you.
So 3 years ago we did, or almost 3 years ago we did new labels. That's when we made our products organic. So I now use certified organic essential oils. That it just really shifted. We just really went up a notch then. New website. That was really the time when I went, okay, we've got something really special here.
Yeah. And so I know that you have a lot of repeat customers and a lot of loyal customers who come back time and time again. How do you feel that has happened? Do you feel that's been really organic? Like once someone tries your product, that's it, they're hooked. What do you feel like the journey is with your customers?
We have the most amazing customers. We have new customers. We have customers who have been purchasing from us for the 9 years that we've been going, almost 9 years. We're so blessed. I think a lot of it, I think in business, a lot of it is about you and about what you bring. And customer service is really important to me. But also, I also like to think I bring, people buy from you because of who you are.
Correct.
The products are amazing. They work. They are completely natural. But people love the product. Well, this is very conceited of me to say this. I think people love the products because they're from me.
Yeah.
They're handmade. I make them myself. We have a small team, so myself and our team make the products ourselves. They're not made in a factory. There's so much love and intention in every product. They work. They smell amazing. They make people's homes just, next level, great, beautiful vibration.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes us amazing and what makes people come back.
I agree.
Time and time again.
Yeah. Speaking of that, in business, as you grow, obviously team needs to get bigger, or you need to work out ways in order to mass produce and all of those things. Do you see your business ever going that way, or do you want to always hand make, have it small, have that intimate touch that you do now?
I think it's really important to have that intimate touch, and we've got a wonderful woman that has come on board with us in the last 12 months. She's a friend of mine, and she makes her beautiful vegan lipsticks, and we met purely by coincidence, and she now helps me to make the products. I would love to see that we will always be handmade. There'll be a few of us making, or lots of us making. I can see that. Yeah,
beautiful.
That's really a really big value for me, that we're not in a big factory. I just love the fact that we put so much love into it, and I just don't think you can get that in a factory.
No
offense to people who do
No,
that.
I know what you mean though. Yeah, and in this day and age, it's really rare to find that and to have that. And I know I've used your products for years.
Yes,
I love them. They smell beautiful. They're amazing. They work. The glass cleaner, I've never had a better glass cleaner in my life.
I love that.
And also the magic paste. I mean, that is literally magic, that paste.
We get a lot of great feedback about the magic paste.
Yeah. So talking about your product range, do you see yourself expanding? I know recently you've actually pulled back and just kind of niched in a bit more. Where's the brand going?
Yeah, we have so we morphed into body products as well. Probably 5 years ago, just because I was just gobsmacked at the options out there for, the body cream I used to use, for example, has 17 ingredients in it. And I went, and you read the label and you're like, I don't even know what these are. And I went, okay, we need to stop this.
Yeah.
We make a body cream and face cream, and I've actually stopped making those products just because I just don't think I can make them as well as I want to make them for our customers.
Okay.
So, but we're still doing things like deodorant paste. That's something that's really important to me, for women to have an aluminium-free deodorant paste that's organic. So that's really important. Where I see us going is, this year is really focusing on reaching our e-commerce business is incredible. We have so many wonderful customers, but I think it's time now for us to be in retail spaces. So that's a really exciting part of the journey as well, to be in retail spaces. Another part that we're really looking forward to is I've learnt so much over the last 10 years about how I've made my home, my body so much healthier than what I was before. So I'd like to share that knowledge with other women and other families so I can help them to be their healthiest, happiest person as well. So we're launching Eco My Home this year.
Amazing.
Which is so exciting. So we're going to people's homes, or we do Zoom if people are interstate, where we can help identify parts of people's homes where they're like, I don't know how to clean this, or how can I do this? How can I change my my body care routine so that it's the healthiest for me and my children? How can I don't know, how can I clean my shower that's, best for keeping it mold free? And, I know all that stuff now. So I'm really excited to share that with our clients.
Yeah, amazing. It sounds like a lot of things happening this year. Expansive, different ways, which is nice. Yeah, beautiful. Talk to me more about Eco Your Home, and I know you've changed your life quite dramatically. And it hasn't just been obviously the cleaning products. There's a lot of other habits that you've changed in your life. We get a lot of entrepreneurs and founders listening to this podcast. And I know the entrepreneurial community, myself included, a lot in the early phases in our business, it's all about convenience, right? A lot of our life, we're so busy. We've got lots going on. We're juggling multiple balls. What would be some tips to founders who are really busy, we've got lots going on, but rather than choosing the convenient way, being conscious, like what would your tips be? How do you become more conscious about your body, what you're consuming, what you're doing, how you're living? I know that's a big question, but
yeah, that's a really good question. Something that I literally, my healthy life it's been incremental. You don't just sort of wake up one morning and go, oh, I've got it all together. It's bit by bit. Something that's really important to me is my morning routine. That sets me up for a really great day. So I have just, in the last few years, started to embrace being a morning person. That was really tricky for me. So, getting up early, starting my day with meditation, that has been a game changer for me. I wish I knew about this years ago. A 10, 15-minute meditation in the morning.
Do you do silent or guided?
I do a guided meditation. I sort of choose. I have a few that I really love, and I just choose one that I feel like I need for that day. So a really big one for me is, visualizing your day, visualizing how you want your day to be. I want there to be lots of ease in my day. I want there to be flow. I want there to be space. I want there to be time. How many orders I'm going to receive, how it's going to be making products. And when you visualize that, and when you want that for your day, that's what you get. Right? If you want hard and fast and crazy and busy, that's what you get. That's what you attract, right? So visualizing that, so meditation, game changer. Just search on YouTube and say, I want a meditation for ease, or I want a meditation for flow. Whatever you want in your life, you bring it. So meditation is a game changer. Also, yoga.
Moving the body.
Yep. So 10 minutes in the morning. Who would have thought that 10 minutes could change your day? So for me, I still struggle with, so because of where I had the surgery, my neck, I also had really chronic infections after the surgery. So I actually have I have a plate in my skull, and I have lots of stuff in my neck. So keeping pain away is my gem for keeping a healthy life. So for me, yoga is the most incredible exercise. at releasing all the energy from my body that I don't need, that's, toxic, let it go in the morning, and then my day is so much better. Healthy breakfast, lots of protein, coffee, of course, because, what is life without coffee? And you get on with your day. And my day is, I work from home, and I love my home, and making products in my home where, the energy is really high, vibrations really high, and have a great day. Exercise is really important to me, never used to be. Afternoon is at the end of my work day is 40 minutes on my exercise bike, and I look forward to exercise. I'm like, Kelly, who are you? I look forward to that 40 minutes where I'm like, okay, this is the end of my day. Let out all your stresses, all your frustrations, whatever that's gone on during the day that didn't quite go to plan from your meditation, and let it out. And then you have a really great night.
Yeah, making room for that movement, that meditation, making time for you, right? I think that's the biggest thing. We often, especially as women, we get so caught up in having to provide for everyone else and be there for everyone else, the responsibility that comes with that. And often we're the last ones.
Yeah.
We're the last ones to receive, and we don't make time for ourselves. And I think that's just such an important message. It might just be 10 minutes, right? 5 minutes meditation, 10 minutes yoga, but you set yourself up for the rest of the day. And I do the same. Like, I religiously love to walk in the mornings. It's my thing. And I find so much clarity. I get so many downloads. I get so much inspiration just from, it might only be half an hour of walking, but it sets you up for the rest of the day. And I think that's so important. So simple, it's so simple. It's so basic. But in today's society, we all really struggle to do that, to make that time for ourselves.
We do. And I resisted meditating for so many years. I knew about it since I was a kid. But I don't know why. I had this thought of, to meditate, you have to take an hour.
Yeah.
I don't have an hour. And then 2 years ago, I did this incredible, I met one of my mentors, Melanie Taylor, and she was just incredible. And she got me on the path of meditation. And I went, what? I can do it for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And if I need to, I'll do it another 10 minutes in the afternoon if I just need to have some downtime. You get the most amazing downloads. You can solve the world's problems. It's like when you're in the shower.
Yeah.
Because it's when you quieten your mind, that's when you get really great ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, talking about your products, what do you find most clients or most, like for me, new customers come to you with this, like they want to get the starter kit because they want to, for me, it was, I wanted to change the chemicals I didn't want chemicals in my home any longer because I had children. And it was the children really that went, actually, I need to take care of them. It wasn't so much about me. It was about them. What do you find most of your clients come to you for? Is it that sort of transition phase? What are they looking for? What are they, yeah.
The starter collection is that's all the cleaning products you need to clean your entire home. So everything. So it's a really great place to start, especially for people who are new to eco cleaning. They're like, I don't know what I need. It's got everything. So I have sort of a few cohorts of people that buy my products, mostly women, some mums. So they're either trying to get pregnant, or when they're pregnant, or when they have their baby, they're like, okay, I need to change now. I can't keep using the bleach and the, domestos and the stuff, really toxic chemicals. I also have a lot of people that are just eco-conscious. They're like, I'm no longer, I'm concerned about the environment. I don't want all the stuff that I'm using in my home to go down the toilet and then goes into our waterways. And what does that do to our environment? And we also have people that have allergies, people who have headaches, asthma, allergies. We have a lot of people who have or have had cancer that are kind of similar to my story, I guess, where they say, right, this is my chance now that I want to be completely chemical free or try to be chemical free. And we have people that just want to have a better life. They're on their own journey too of they want to lose weight, exercise, feel better, and they want their homes to feel better.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about what do you see, obviously you've shared what you want to do this year with the business. What do you see for Kelly in a year's time, 2 years' time from now? What's happening in your life?
Oh my goodness. It's a
Personal question.
It's a very exciting time in my life. So this year is already incredible. We're only like 17 days in, and it's just I've really felt this switch. Last year was a very grounding year for me. This year, I just feel like I've just gone to this heightened.
You've also just had a
amazing-
great break.
I've had 4 weeks. I mean, yeah, I just feel incredible. Having that space and time is just so good for everyone. This year, I'm very excited that we're expanding our headquarters. So I make all our products at home. So I'm buying a new house, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
What else am I doing this year? Gosh, I've been single for 6.5 years, which has been a really incredible time. Really great learning experience. I've dated for almost 5 of those years. Mm-hmm. I'm currently single and I have been single for quite a while, but really loving being single.
You were saying this before the podcast, and I could actually see in your eyes how much you're enjoying yourself, learning about yourself and your own company right now.
I think that's been a real. I was married for 17 years, or married for 11, in a relationship for 17 years, and I don't have children, but I still felt like I lost myself in that time. You like, and then when you come out of that, you're like, who am I?
Yeah.
And you don't just learn that overnight or even within a year. I think it really takes quite a while. And get to know yourself, who you are, and also getting to love yourself. And I honestly can say I love who I am. I love the person I am. I love what I bring to my friendships, my relationships, my business. I can be really selfish with my business because I don't have someone else to look after or to think about.
Yeah.
I know that sounds really selfish, but it's also really very empowering. So this year I am going to be meeting my person.
I love that. Yep.
Yeah.
Putting it out there, visualize it every morning.
I am. I've just read the book Calling in the One.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Which is an excellent book. If anyone's single and wanting to meet their person, it's about the energy work to actually meet your person.
Love that. I haven't heard of that book, actually.
It's really good.
Okay.
Catherine Woodward Thomas is the author.
Okay.
Really great book. Calling in the One.
Amazing.
So I put a date on that, and that is by the end of June. I will be with my person.
Amazing. Well, I can't wait to hear how this unfolds. Keep us all up to date.
Absolutely will.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly, for joining us today on the podcast. I really wanted to interview you and so everyone could hear your story because it's truly moving, and the business you've created, you should be so proud. You are really inspiring so many people through your story, through your products, through your business. So congratulations and thank you for joining me.
Thanks so much, Priscilla. Thanks.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for tuning into this inspirational story. Lucky for you, the inspo doesn't stop here. We have an Inspired Founders Facebook community, a space created just for you to learn, listen, and ask questions from our inspired founders themselves. This unique community is designed to uplift and motivate you to take actions on your own stories and dreams. You'll find the link within our show notes. We can't wait to see you in there.
This is a Guide Your Light network production, creating podcasts with purpose.